I think Ghanaians will never stop talking. It's just time we have to talk and save ourselves from a lot of mess that is happening in Ghana football at the moment. The last time we said even these 2 games that were left was not going to actually amount to anything, and that's exactly what happened. But as usual, we're here to have a conversation around the 2 games, as well as things that are happening, the aftermath of these 2 games, and Ghana not qualifying to the Afcon. A lot of things have been happening, and we'll be talking about that. On my left, I have Armando GH in the building. GH Armando in the building, as usual. Charlie. And I have the man Rozo.
Good to be
Guys,
here
welcome.
as always.
Welcome to the show. Yeah. I can see you are not smiling.
Nobody's smiling.
I shouldn't be smiling at all.
Nobody's smiling.
But Otoado was happy. He was excited when you equalized. We'll get to that point. First of all, I don't know who will start, but we sat here. We spoke about the fact that we should. The chances were very slim, and it was not possible that Ghana could, possibly win all the 2 games, and then expecting Angola to lose for us to be able to qualify, and Niger as well to beat Sudan, and Niger even gave us another lifeline, but we failed to work our bit. I don't know what you think about the whole narrative that is surrounding the Black Stars.
So many storylines, around what is happening.
You don't even know where to start
in
from.
our senior national team, but
right.
There's some down-spiritedness. Spirits are down, and as a football country, everything seems to be going haywire.
Right.
Nothing is working for us.
Nothing.
As Ghana football and Black Stars, we have become a laughing stock.
Yeah.
Yes, a laughing stock. Imagine ending last in a group comprising Sudan, Niger, and Angola. And then Angola and Sudan getting the slots to go to the Afcon. Even Niger, they come to Accra and they beat us in Accra.
Yeah.
They go.
I think 7 points.
And then we even missed the penalty. The storylines are many, and mostly in defeats. In defeats, you draw some positives.
But before you go to the positives, what do you draw from all of this? What do you sum all of this to? As somebody who have been following football, what can you pinpoint and say that this is like the outlier of the many issues that we are having as because it cannot be that like everything is just falling apart just like that. There should be something wrong.
If I should sum it all in one word, I would say mismanagement. And we didn't get here by accident. We got here because we failed to take notice of certain salient features that were shown to us. It is one thing falling into a pit, not taking notice of it, but it is quite another thing falling into the same pit the second time.
Again.
We have been here before, but how was it that we failed to recognize that Yande we are going to fall?
We are going there again.
And we just went and fell. It beggars belief. I cannot understand why we would do something like this to ourselves. And so the national team we have as Black Stars is taken care of by the GFA primarily. And so the first point of call by way of blame is the corridors of the GFA.
Right.
Any other body may come secondary, but primarily it is the GFA because they manage our national teams. They manage the Black Stars. And they have always prioritized the Black Stars because that is, should I say, the cash cow. It is our best bet on the international scene. Now look at how unattractive and dull our best bet has become, the Black Stars. So all the issues surrounding what is happening today is out of we planning to fail. Do you understand? Because we got here because we didn't really realize that we were a certain Ghana that had a certain history to protect, reputation to protect. But today that history has fizzled out. We are no longer who we used to be, 4-time Afcon champions, but that is just on paper. Deep down and in reality today, what is staring us in the face is that we no longer are the Ghana we used to be. We have now become an average side, if not
very
a below average, if not a below average side. We cannot boast to beat Niger in Ghana. We cannot boast to beat Angola in Ghana. Right. We cannot even boast to beat, what's their name? Sudan. We cannot. And these are countries that hitherto would not even hold a candle to us. Today, the story has changed, completely different. So I think that anyone who has followed Ghana football for quite some time will agree with me that we have taken a huge nosedive Nothing is working for us. And if you take the Black Stars alone, you'll be missing the point. Look at Ghana football architecture in general. Everything. And you know this. Even our Premier League is in tatters. Nothing to write home about it. Various national teams from the U23 to U17, nothing. Women's football, nothing. There is nothing good to write about Ghana football. Today, it is symptomatic of that proverbial, I will say it, that North-Deck student. We want to go to the next Afcon and win it. We fail. The next Afcon and win it. We fail. We don't take time to sit back and then study for quite some time to prepare ourselves adequately for the next.
And see why we've been failing. Yeah.
So it's bad. And the GFA led by Simeon-Okraku, they must know that they have a certain responsibility to live up to. And if they fail to do so, accountability awaits them.
Right. And I think the attendance in the stadium actually tells it all.
Would you have gone to the stadium if you were in Accra?
I remember we said it was going to be, nobody was going.
It was a dead rubber.
And I understand those who went there were, what's the name? Supporters Union. Union people. As for them, they
have to be there because they pay some of them.
Right, JH, let me come to you. Generally, what is because now the lead has been closed. We are done. We are out of Afcon.
Yeah.
What do you have to for the football people in Ghana?
To me, I wasn't surprised. Remember in our last video we talked about that, and it was obvious that Ghana is not going to qualify. But my worries after the match or after the qualifiers, the response that are coming out from the leaders of Ghana football or the administrator of football in Ghana, the comments that are coming out from them is quite worrying. And I'm really disappointed in that.
Right.
Especially the head of it, the leader of the Ghana Football Association, in the person of the president, President
Simeon-Okraku.
Yes, remember, right after the game, he put out a statement.
Right.
So when I saw the statement, I was a bit angry because I expected to see some elements or some words in the statement that I thought would have calmed me down.
You down?
Yes.
What are those words you were expecting to hear?
I think 2-3 lines would have killed everybody's anger.
He wrote the thesis.
Yes. I mean, just but for me, I think he added salt to the wounds with that statement.
Right, let me just read the statement quickly so that it started. He says, from the highest height of the world football on the 29th of March. Okay. All right. On the 29th of March 2022 to the lowest EBB of Afcon qualifying matches. My heart bleeds. Definitely, this is not what we want or what we bargained for. At this point, only cool heads can win. And we as leaders of our sports will stay together, be honest with ourselves and fix this problem. The road to full recovery after normalization is definitely bumpy and rough, but our collective efforts and patience will win, and Ghana, our beloved country, will win. As a Black Star fan and as a leader, I will share this. I share in your pain and in our pain. We will rise from this temporary setback. It shall be well. So these are some of the words coming from Simeon-Okraku. So which one makes you feel
everything? So do you understand what he said from the highest heights of world football
on the 29th of March 2022?
Do you remember that match?
Yeah.
That was in the World Cup.
Right.
You remember what Ghana did in the 22 World Cup?
2022
World Cup.
Right.
Beating Korea.
Right.
In that World Cup. Performing in the World Cup.
Right.
That's what he meant.
He meant by that, yes.
To not qualifying in the Afcon.
What was the date again? What was the date?
29th of March.
29th March 2022.
Okay. I think he may have been referring to Ghana qualifying for the World Cup.
Yes.
Right.
The World Cup was in December.
Yes,
right?
qualifying. Right, that's true. Qualifying.
Right.
That's reaching the World Cup finals. That
was our first World Cup.
That was the
fourth. But in his administration,
that was the first. Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he's crediting himself there, but he didn't take blame for this. Why crediting yourself, but won't take blame for the poor performance or for the poor performances.
He says only cool heads can win.
Cool heads. I mean, he should have just take full responsibility.
Yeah.
Take it to your chest that yes, as a leader or as the leader of the federation or the management of Ghana football in general, yes, things are not going well. I take full responsibility, and this is the darkest or the lowest part of Ghana football we've reached. This is the lowest, the darkest.
I agree with you.
The darkest.
I agree with you. In recent memory, no.
Yes, the darkest. So he should have just been bold. Should be bold enough to say yes. I'm as the head of the football administration in Ghana. I take full responsibility, and we will work towards rebuilding our football. Right. I think that statement would have at least somehow calmed the nerves of every Ghanaian. But you don't go starting your statement by highlighting what you have achieved. Qualifying for the 4th time in the World Cup, that means we've qualified so many times before and we performed better. After qualifying, what did we met in Qatar? What did we do in Qatar? So I was disappointed in that. He should have been bold enough to accept I mean that we have all everything they failed. Let me just
that's just it.
That's it. That they failed. He should have taken full responsibility of that.
Amado, be blunt. You have to be blunt.
Right. I was looking for the word.
You see, the GFA is visionless. It's purposeless. And it doesn't seem to have direction. And I will demonstrate this. So you come into office, and then that was on the back of the normalization committee after the ANAS expose number 12, whatever. And, well, there are those who are arguing whether it was a positive thing for us or a negative. It depends on how you look at it, whether the cup is half full or half empty. But I think that, look, you come into office, and then 4 or 5 years into your tenure, you change 4 coaches.
Yeah.
Like national service, 1 coach, 1 year. Oh, yes. Look, so the first coach Ket's administration hired was Simeon-Okraku. After CK, you know who came? Milovan Rahivac.
And he himself came back and said he's a Matarama coach. You appoint somebody, you come back and you discredit the person.
Milo came back. You know, he had taken us to the World Cup in 2010 and the Afcon in that year in Angola. So Milo came back. After some few matches, we sack Milo. Then who do we bring in? We bring in Otuado. After the World Cup, Otuado takes a walk. We bring Chris Hughton. After Chris Hughton, we go back to our ex. Look at where it has landed us. Now, check the trajectory. All these coaches, how many matches have they played for the Black Stars? Have they managed for the Black Stars? 8 matches, 10 matches. How can you possibly sack a coach after 8 matches? If you have some vision, even if it is medium term, how can you sack a coach after 10 matches? Because results are not going well, then you sack the coach, you bring the next coach, 8 matches into it, you sack him, you bring the next coach, less than 12 matches into it, you sack them. So, I mean, where is vision in this? And what direction are you traveling in? That's what I mean by it is directionless, purposeless, and visionless. If you have vision, you will have it in short term, medium term, and long term. So even if after 8 matches, let's say you have a win rate of 40% or less, there may have been positives in other sectors of his managerial role and not just results on the field of play. Is he gelling well with the players? Is he creating a very convenient environment for the players to thrive?
That can lead to something
So
in the
check
future.
other perimeters and not just set your mind on the results on the field of play. It takes a build-up process. So after 8 matches, you sack a coach. What do you get out of this? So now if at the first time of asking, the problem was a managerial problem, you sack the coach. Can you still tell me that the problem in the Black Stars is still a coach's problem?
No.
After 4 coaches?
I don't think so.
No. And these are qualified individuals. Qualified. And some of them have even done better elsewhere. Now they have come into our setting. Look, it is a system rot in the Ghana Football Association. And if care is not taken, that environment will never be optimum for any coach to thrive in. And that is even more dangerous.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I agree with Armando that he should have made his statement based on him accepting that the problem is coming from the FA. There is a problem. Yes. Because if you don't, and you are telling us cool heads must prevail, who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? And you tell us we'll be honest with yourselves. What are you saying? What are you saying?
And did he have to go back to our World Cup qualification?
It doesn't.
It wasn't
Not
necessary. Immaterial
Stories.
in this.
Yeah.
Just tell us that
Stories.
you accept full responsibility of the failure you have supervised, and you will put measures in place to turn the trend.
And it gives us an idea that there is actually no plan, no headway, no vision, as you said, because you just don't see anything happening. And if there is a plan, you know that, okay, this is what we wanted, but we haven't gotten there. But we've gotten this right. This is our general outlook. This is what we are looking at. You should be able to explain that clearly to the people. Yes, we've not been able to qualify to Afcon, but what are you doing? What is happening?
Yeah.
Because the people seem not to see anything happening. That's why people are angry.
Yeah.
Match in, match out, either lose or draw. Nothing is happening. So how do you expect people for cool heads to prevail?
Prince, can I ask you something?
Right.
With regards to this management committee or management body,
right.
or the GFA in general,
Right.
is it possible for someone to be very loyal to you, knowing that his food is in your hands?
Of course not. Not in Africa.
Will it be possible?
No, not
to be
possible.
able to tell you the hard truths.
No,
And all
not
that.
possible.
Will that be possible?
No, not possible.
So
not possible.
without, you know,
And that's one of the problems I have
yes.
with ourselves as Africans.
Africans.
We are very.
So that's the main cause of this GFA. It is alleged that most of his appointment, everybody around the team is family and friends. Those that help him
Right.
to win the election. Do you
Right.
think it is possible for them to actually work? They don't merit the positions they are occupying there.
Right. Because
So
everybody is just follow.
Exactly.
Follow chop.
Look, this may be the genesis to what
you
you are
see,
saying.
The point is even actually that we might even have some of the finest people
Football
when it
minds
comes to
all over the
But they'll
country.
never get close.
But they will not get close to it.
Even if they get close, they won't have the bravery to speak. Because as he's saying, if your hand is in somebody's mouth, you won't speak.
Yeah,
You keep eating.
definitely.
I may suspect that the genesis to what Amando is saying is the Congress we have. You
Right.
know, throughout the calendar year, we have the ordinary Congress and the extraordinary Congress
yeah.
by the FA, where football administrators
Come
come together to judge or, deliberate on issues bordering on Ghana football.
Yeah.
Now, look, every other FA chairman who comes into office must have touched base with various club administrators, football administrators, to woo them over to his side or her side.
Right.
So that they become friends and allies going into the election. You understand?
Right.
Now, after winning, then it looks like a payback system.
Exactly.
Because they may have supported your campaign in one way or the other, just like we have in mainstream politics in this country.
Exactly.
Now, check how Congress happens. And I have a problem with the architecture of our Congress. I mean, it has to change, and fast. Congress grounds now look like rally grounds. Rally grounds.
Yeah.
Because
That's
it is an avenue for endorsements,
Right.
positive or negative.
Right.
Without recourse to how impactful a particular decision will be on our football.
On the football in general.
Right, look, cascading from the top to the bottom, which is juvenile football. And just like the recent Congress you had in Tamale here, I mean, it looks like every matter that comes up, 100% endorsement. No dissenting voice. How can there be no dissenting voice in a Congress? Everything is positive, rosy at this point in time in Ghana football. I think the makeup of Congress has to change.
Yeah.
I think I agree.
Of course. So, as I was saying, right after this, if we have to look into the team, the management team and everything, you definitely find people who have worked with him before.
Yeah, of course. And people who support him.
Who support him.
That is it.
Somebody
And
like...
I think that's the point here. Now, it's politics.
Exactly.
Yes, if you wash my hand, when I come, I also wash your
So
hand.
when I was campaigning, if you didn't support me, there's that victimization.
Yeah.
But my worry is
Afterwards.
why do you organize it, or you decided to just all these people, you've dumped them at the highest stage of Ghana football. That is the Black Stars. We all know that the Black Star is the star of every football category or juvenile we have in the country. So why do you have to do this? That means the lower ranks and all his people are there as well.
There, yeah.
If he's able to do this at the highest level, which is the Black Stars, it tells us that in all round his people are there. For example, there are people who, to understand that his former driver working in the Black Stars as the head of equipment.
Yeah, somebody who has not been.
He has not been in football management or anything.
Yeah, Charlie, WikiLeaks.
So you can imagine.
And that's
So these are the things.
Amando.
It's serious.
we don't want another normalization.
No. There are people everybody know. These are not something.
Of course.
If I mention the name, they will know.
Right.
This person is a cameraman from Dreams.
It's now
an equipment. Come on, these are the things we talk about. There are things we can't even say it all.
Well, let's see.
This is serious.
Let's see.
This is very, very serious. He created something like the chief, the chief of staff, which has never been in existence in Ghana football. Chief of staff.
Well, let's not get.
So it tells you that everything is planned.
Right. It's terrible. It's terrible. Now let's look at. I mean, with all this, what are the positives we've taken out of the happenings? Where can we hold things from going forward?
I think the first positive we have to take notice of is that reality has dawned upon us that we are no more Ghana. We are no more the Ghana we used to be. So let's accept that.
Right.
The first step in finding solution to every problem is accepting that the problem exists.
Yeah.
If you delude yourself from that reality, you are never going to be able to solve it. So we have a problem at hand. That is the first step.
Right.
Now, look at this. Not qualifying for the Afcon affords us some time because we are not in the Afcon.
Right.
It gives us some time to regroup and then put our acts together. So now, what do we do with this time? That is the litmus test. What do we do with the time available to us?
And that goes back to the vision you were talking about. If there is a vision, we will know what to do with this.
And this proverbial go back to drawing board, it has not proven counterproductive for us.
Right.
Please, I want us to make it, look, you see, something like a medium-term, long-term thing. Let's forget about various other things and then focus. We must have two commodities, and I mentioned them here some time ago. They are time and patience. We must have time and patience. Without these things, we cannot cook anything.
Right.
So let's afford ourselves some time, have some patience, and then build this team. And we'll be missing it if we intend to build only the Black Stars. We must build it bottom up.
Right.
Bottom up.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they say the hen that lays the golden eggs. These are the youth national teams, under 17 the Black Starlets, under 20 Black Satellites, under 23 Black Meteors. Yeah. That is how we build it. And then
I think the emphasis should even be that there more.
Yeah.
And on that end.
Let's graduate them from there.
Neither even go down to say juvenile.
Right.
Juvenile.
Exactly.
Because and if we do this without proper transitioning, we have to transition players from one level to another.
Properly.
And you see, Prince, there's something that has been bedeviling us for some time now, and that is the knack for Russian players. So the boy is invited into the 17 team and the 20 team. He does very well. He goes to a tournament. He does very well, straight to the Black Stars. I am not against giving youngsters the chance in the senior national team. I am against rushing them. By so doing, we rob them of the opportunity to grow.
To develop, yeah.
And we have already mixed them up with the big boys in the senior national team. They would have lost some growing phase that they should have traveled through before going to.
There.
You understand? Yeah. So we must check that trend. It doesn't help us. Look, check what is done elsewhere. I'll give you an example. Germany, Jamal Musiala. You know him? Bayern Munich.
Of course.
Look what that boy is doing, Jamal Musiala.
Right.
Lamine Yamal for Spain.
Right.
So their system is different.
Yeah.
But youngsters here that they grew up with at the same time are not as good today. They are not delivering the goods.
Yeah.
So I think that by way of positives, we must afford ourselves some time and patience and build up very well. And I said it here. Look, let's try and have and put together a working document for this our football, and every available stakeholder must be brought on board. Broad stakeholder consultation. Let's do it, and then we carve out a document that every succeeding FA administration will respect and not throw into the dustbin. This is how we can go.
And I think, as you said the other time, to be honest, the government of the day has to put their hand in this and make sure things are done. Because if we want to leave everything to the one who has lost his way, definitely they will continue losing the way.
Yeah.
As is, like, sometimes you look at it and then you are wondering how these things could, because those are obviously the right things to be done. But how is it going to be done? Because we don't. If the people who are neck deep in this would have done it, they would have done it by now. Because it's not today that things started messing up. And if you are a football person, you will see when things are not going to go well. So these things should have been, put in place. So now all we need is some force.
Yeah.
From somewhere to happen for this to happen.
Yeah.
And we need, and where are we going to get that force? But for the government or for the president or whoever.
Yeah.
And I think that is something we should. The president, and some people were even angry because after the games, some of the players went out. Yeah. Or went back to their bases without any conversation of a sort. Because if you are from a country and you came to play for that country and things didn't go well, at least there should be some, even probably with the president, the vice president. So we sit and maybe have a 15 minutes, 30 minutes conversation. But that didn't happen. And it goes back to the same vision, the same, things not really, like, no plan.
Yeah.
No plan at all.
In another setting, the body that this would fall under their ambit would have been the sports ministry.
Yes.
Which is a supervisory body of our football.
Yeah.
GFA, you understand? But I have my personal disagreements with even the sports minister. I don't think he's fit for purpose.
A lot of people.
I don't think he's fit for purpose. But that should have been what he would have done.
Make sure that he did
hold the bull by the horns. And then just do something extraordinary.
Right.
Sometimes it takes radical measures and not just diplomatic measures. So radicalism. Yeah. Once there will be end results, there will be positive. Why not?
Yeah.
Right.
I think I agree. I agree. For me, I saw a comment somewhere right after the game, and one fan was asking that, is it United Nations that will come to Ghana to sack this GFA and the military before anything could happen? Because he's asking. We have a president, and all of this is happening, and he can't do anything about it. That is serious.
Your positives. What are some of the positives?
For me, I don't really see much positives in this.
Right.
Because you can't tell me that Ghana from not performing in the last two Afcons to not even qualifying, there should be any positives. I don't think so. For me, we what we have to do is to, like Rosa said, let's come together, accept that everything is not working. Those who have to resign have to resign. Elsewhere in Egypt, Liberia and co, things didn't get to this, but they decided to resign. Let the right people, the football minds, to come in and
not in my motherland.
So, exactly. So that's the problem. Please let me shock you.
Yeah.
I want to shock you.
Shock me.
Don't be surprised that about 3 of the senior players
will not come back. Of course, that would be surprising.
Yes,
that would be surprising.
No names.
Right,
but one from England, one from France, and the other from otherwhere.
Your money job.
No names. But
Amando leaks.
Do you know why?
Anas Amando.
Do you know why that is happening?
Why is that?
The video kept.
Yeah. It has caused a lot of
that
problems.
video.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That video.
Okay. That game again before Angola.
Before Niger.
Yeah.
No, after the. No, it was before Niger.
Which one?
No, it was after.
After we drew against Niger.
That was where he said 5 of his players.
Okay. 5 of the Niger players can't play in his club.
And that was before our game against Angola.
Yes. After the Niger, before Angola.
So that video
caused
most of the players felt very
disrespected.
And really, really bad. They are big boys. Even if you have, there's no problem for him scolding them. There's no problem. But videoing them to put it out that. Imagine if they had won the game. Who do you think the credit would have gone to? The president. So him videoing the whole thing was the problem. Even sources said to that they didn't know he was going to video them. If they knew,
they would have fought.
They wouldn't have agreed.
Right. But for me, to be honest, I think one positive I took from the game, I think against Angola. was the introduction of a homegrown player in the defense who really, really impressed everyone.
Yeah.
And for me, I think that is
Simpson.
exactly that is what we have been talking about. We understand where we find ourselves in football in Ghana, but if you see what Razak did, it's nowhere close to what the other players were doing in the pitch.
Yeah.
It tells you the issue with regards to how do you call it? The zeal.
And he wasn't even playing at his natural position.
You get
He's
it.
never played in the 3-back before.
You get it. But he was solid.
Yeah.
So for me, I think going back, these are some of the things we have to look at. We have to, because these are boys who are here. They know
they know the system.
Exactly.
And you know who scored Ghana's goal yesterday?
Another
solid goal
From Division
solid goal.
Division 2.
Look at when everybody was he was just introduced. When everybody was struggling. Look at the goal. Easy goal. Classic goal.
Yeah.
And you put bring these people, put them on the bench, and you say what?
Yeah.
We have to take a different approach to how
I think
we go about it. And I'm not cutting you, but I feel that how he was talking about developing our football from the base, this is going to solve the issue of even our local football. Because if we have a lot of quality young players all over, some of them will go to House of Folk, some of them will go to Kotoko, some of them will go to Karela. And this is going to solidify the league and make it stronger. But now everybody is just looking for finished products. There's no development anywhere. And how's that going to help even the national team? All you'll be doing is poaching players. Going to, as somebody said, we import everything. We are even importing players. You see, it's pathetic. I don't know what you wanted to say.
It's a myth we have to demystify that locally based players cannot play in the Black Stars. Who says that? Who says that?
Yeah.
I mean, back in the day, we used to have them gradually introduced into the national team.
Yeah.
You understand? And I remember the days of Issa Ahmed, Kotoko, Joe Hendricks, Kotoko, and all those guys, Dankwe, Sampon Taylor,
They
and all
played
those
the
guys.
ball even more.
So if you say that the standard of the local league back then was better than what you are seeing today, it still is not reason enough. Granted that it is not in a good state, whose responsibility is it to put it in a good state in the first place? So I think that we must give locally based players a chance to justify themselves.
They are hungry to.
You understand? So you've been going all foreign. No end result. Why don't you tweak it a bit?
As you keep saying, the same formula.
The same formula, wrong answer. You would change the answer. Quadratic equation. Change the answer to get. You understand?
You're still using the same formula.
You're getting wrong answers. Why wouldn't you?
Guys, but one of the things that also, really, really got me sad was how Otoado jubilated that goal.
Yeah, the first goal,
that was the equalizer?
Yeah, that was the equalizer.
I was like, seriously? Where are our standards? It was as if that goal was qualifying us to the Afcon.
I was really embarrassed.
I was embarrassed.
By that moment.
Jumping your line, getting into the field.
It was a face-saving goal. He thought that this goal has come at the right time.
My goodness.
Bouncing back.
My goodness. I thought you should be sad.
Okay.
You should win this game and still be angry.
Yeah.
Well, could it also be that he was that elated because it was a Division 2 player, local player who had come to score.
But you see, still, on the face of it, looking at...
To have a Ghanaian coach, Ghana Black Star coach do something like that.
Yeah.
That's onto the
pitch.
That's the bigger picture.
It was disgraceful. Yeah. And it speaks of the fact that, like, now, everybody around Ghana football is looking for that, small success to clinch onto, to make it look like something is happening.
Hey, Prince.
This win wouldn't have...
Your coach was being passionate. Allow him.
If we had even won this game, it shouldn't have meant anything.
Yeah.
Coaches get passionate. Prince, relax. Coaches get passionate. I remember watching an Argentina match when Maradona was coaching the national team, 2010 World Cup qualifier. Away. Yeah. Argentina were on the brink of not qualifying. Then they were playing a decisive match. Then they scored a goal that effectively qualified them for the World Cup. You know what Maradona did? He ran and did a belly dive.
Yes. So this one they were qualified. You get the difference.
I'm painting the picture that coaches get passionate.
That's what I'm saying. But then when you are getting passionate, it should be for some good
reasons. Yeah.
This game, if you had even won, and it wasn't even a winning goal, it was an equalizer.
Come on.
Yes, you could have been passionate within you. Yeah, running into the pitch. That was come on, a little too much.
Yeah.
And I feel that right now, like I feel sorry for Otoado. He finds himself in a place where like it looks like everything is falling on him.
It's a mess.
Look at the press conference. Mm-hmm. I mean, a journalist had to make him narrate his career. Tell people that he's not actually a scout. I mean, it was shameful watching that. It was like I felt some pity for Otoado watching him like struggle to prove himself.
Yeah.
It's come on.
Okay.
Well, I think Otoado himself, if I were him,
and look at the other video where a fan, when he was about to go.
Yeah.
Somebody was still struggling to ask
him.
He wanted to listen. It all tells you that like he just want the people to feel that. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I get you. He's feeling the pressure.
There's too much pressure on him.
At the moment, I think the right thing that he should have done is just to resign. That would have been the best thing for him.
That would have saved him a lot of trouble.
First of all, I think Otoado has lost the dressing room completely. Big decisions in the dressing room, huge decisions. From the last international break till now, some crazy decisions in the dressing room that has actually disrupted everything. Yeah. From the jersey number 10 to the captainship, and removing Juku from the captainship, giving it back to. I mean, a lot.
See, these are some of the reasons why we say sometimes, because I don't think Otoado in his own is doing all of these things.
Yeah.
You see, so sometimes
like
it becomes. That's why I say sometimes I pity him because he's not really having the full control,
and that's the main reason why he should resign.
You get the point. Yeah, he's also saying no. He will go the full 9 years,
and that's the main reason why I think he should resign.
I think our time is fast.
Remember, he's just
and
beginning his career.
This is going to hurt him a lot if he doesn't take time. Of course. To be honest,
now the internet doesn't lie. Mm-hmm. Nothing is hidden.
Why? Which country would want Otoado to be their coach? Your records are not really
exactly. So he has to be careful with regards to that.
I think sometimes he allows his emotions to override him.
Yeah,
and I am surprised looking at the fact that he's a German trained coach. Because I have an idea what the coaching system is like in Germany. You understand? And as part of training a coach, professional coach, is to include public relations, and how you address the press, pre-match, post-match. You understand, and how you must shelve certain questions and not answer them. And even if controversial
find
questions,
a way to dodge them.
If controversial questions are thrown at you, you know how to meander your way around them and not give definite, clear-cut answers. I think he lacks that, and sometimes his mannerisms are problematic as well. Our coach must take it as a homework, and then work upon it. He doesn't really come across as a coach who's on top of issues and who's in charge.
Right. I think I agree with that.
Yeah, 100%.
I agree with that. Right. So, guys, basically that's our conversation on this particular game. Many negatives, few positives. Hopefully, we will draw from that, and then, as you said, regroup, rebuild, and then come back stronger as a country. But it's been disgraceful. Now, like Ghana doesn't have any respect, especially Nigeria. They are just doing us like they have their own issues. We are going to talk about it as well. So, guys, let us know what you think in the comment section. So it means Ghana is out.
Yeah.
Niger is also out, though they wallop us 2-1, but they are also out as well. And,
it's very painful.
Yeah,
I don't know. There are a lot of things that is crashing in my head.
That you want to talk about? We should give floor.
It's actually painful. Niger, for instance, they have two presidents. They don't know who they are playing to. They have two presidents.
Yeah, they have issues in their country.
A lot is happening,
and they've not played any of their games at their home ground.
But still, and they are still focused. Even Sudan.
Yeah, so
Sudan have not played in the Premier. They don't
have a Premier League now.
But look at what they are doing.
Right.
So come on.
It's a lot. Right. So guys, it's Angola and Sudan who are heading to the Afcon from our group. Ghana and Niger, unfortunately, are going back home, and probably better luck next time in the next one. Guys, let us know what you think in the comment section, your thoughts on all the issues we've discussed. Otoado, must Otoado go, or must he stay?
In the first place, I wasn't in support of it.
Yeah, come on.
In the first
So
place.
now he's here.
Yeah, it's here, so good opportunity.
Should he stay or he should go after this?
By principle, I'm against firing coaches with frequency.
Anyhow, yeah, right.
But
So-
he has overly proven to be sacked. He has proven enough to be sacked.
100%.
He should go.
Yeah, 100%. Long before.
Right.
So that we start afresh, afresh
New,
with
yeah,
someone.
with some new renewed
that's-
energy.
It's not only Otoado who has to go. The GFA themselves.
Everybody.
He is right, because it doesn't look like a coach's problem.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes,
right.
there's some problem in the system.
A lot
itself.
of problems in the
Exactly.
system, yeah. Right, guys, so let us know in the comment section what you think, and we'll be back with some more exciting conversations in African football. My name is Prince Hamdan. We'll see you in the next one. Peace. We out.